look at that one there. Now, you probably would know this show, even if you didn't already know what we're talking about here today. December 16th, 1999, Raleigh, North Carolina. The birthplace of former Cincinnati Red Brandon Phillips, one of the all-time best at second base. But that's not what we're talking about here today. We are talking about the Pfish for Mr. Pfeifer, channel member here, one of the newest channel member making a request here. And we got, look at this, we got a rockin' start and a rockin' end with Wilson and Chalk Dust. Boom, boom. You might as well just call that the opener. Those both two together, just bringing it. I think I've only gotten one Wilson opener ever. And boy, it is a delight. It's right there with like Martian Monster, Runaway Jim, Fluffhead as like maybe the best. And then Lawn Boy, not a lot of low points here, but Lawn Boy being one of them. They quickly run through that. It just didn't have like a 99 feel to it. Neither the effects nor the funk, really. And the Limb by Limb, really a little bit of both, though. And John Fishman, great mix again, like a lot of these official live releases from the 90s that I say often when we get one. And this one really, always a song for Fishman, really. And then he shows it here. Still, not that he's not trying now, but we just don't get the same Fishman on Limb by Limb now. We don't really get a ton of Limb by Limb anymore. There's Mango's song, another one we don't get a ton of. It's a shame. Horn, we still get Horn. It's still kind of in the mix like it was here last night. And giving Trey a chance to show a little different side. Like, over here he was just rock starring it out. Then back on the train, quickly running through it. But keeping the atmosphere going, and then Rogue, not quite the crescendo that we had gotten at times, but a really nice smooth Rogue actually. Then Heavy Things, if you wanted to take a quick run to get a drink or go to the bathrooms, Heavy Things was the point for that, and then getting kind of like back on the train, Camel Walk kind of had a similar feel to them, just keeping the atmosphere going. Didn't go anywhere really, other than just playing the song. And then just a raging, rowdy possum to end it here at the end. And, I just never quite going to be on board. Like, it was definitely up there for a possum, but about 4 minutes too long for me. Could have backed it off a little on the possum, but instead they kept just hitting the gas. But then over here is really what we're here for, was this saying. Not that this wasn't a great first set, but it did have a Heavy Things and a Lawn Boy. This, no Heavy Things, no Lawn Boy in sight, but a big sand, really. Probably the sand in the tweezer, the reason this is an official LivePhish release. Mike and Fishman, too, just completely staying steady there. As Trey and Paige are off over here in Spaceland, the effects are going, just effects and sounds. And then once we get out of that, Mike and Fishman still just staying steady. Trey then starting to really go off, kind of starting to become a rock star here again at the end of Sand. And then the Mango song, while kind of felt a little odd maybe coming out of that Sand, we'll take Mango song whenever we can get it for sure. And the Velvet Sea, even that had like a little spacey kind of effects jam on it toward the end there, but only just to really get us to the tweezer, which again, and part of the tweezer, it was like, okay, this is nice, giving Mike's not having to be Mr. Steady here, giving Mike a chance to kind of row his own boat a little bit. Fishman, of course, still just killing it. And then finally, toward finally kind of the final quarter of the jam, maybe, they all just kind of sync up, and then they ride that way for a while. It wasn't one of these deals where like, oh man, this is amazing. What is this? It's like a brand new song created right here. And then a minute later, the song's wrapping up. That was not the case. They kept it going here. And at points, it might have been stronger than the Sand, I don't know. They're both A pluses, everybody's got like what their favorite single song might be from whatever show. If you had two of them, these two from this show would be in the argument, I would say. And then, like I said, kind of how we started. What a way to end the set. Much, I don't want to say much better than Possum, but that was much better way to end the set than Possum. We get a Bittersweet Motel here kicking in. Nothing bittersweet about any of this other than the fact that it had to end. They were approaching Big Cypress. This did not feel, this felt like it could have been. A lot of this felt like the Back on the Train, Camel Walk, the Tweezer. A lot of that felt like it was outdoor amphitheater material. And Tweezer reprise ending the whole thing. Boom, boom. And that was quite the show. And you can see why in December of 99, really. Heading into Big Cypress. There's showing Providence, showing Philly. Few others. This one. Yep. That about does it. So, all right. Boom. Now, I think it's official. That might have been the last request of the month. We'll see. Might have one more in there. Randy, I haven't forgotten about the show. I think Randy's already gotten one. We'll see. We'll see about dishing out a second one. All right, guys, boom. Woo. It was hot. It was a smoker. It was cooking. Boom. Where's the stop button? Does that say 5 minutes and a half?